Okay guys, I've just come off the golf course and I've received a text saying that one of my golf clubs has just arrived. I've been waiting for ages for this, ever since I heard it was coming out. So, without any further ado, is this it, John? Oh, was it? You all right?
Yeah.
How you doing? You well?
Yeah, you?
Very good, thank you. Yeah, been waiting a while for this one. I really hope this is the right thing now because I'm absolutely far too excited for this. Far too excited. So guys, you all know how much of a fan I am of a mini driver, and this is no ordinary mini driver. You see, what TaylorMade are bringing out, I think, isn't just like a game changer, but what TaylorMade do incredibly well with these mini drivers is make you reminisce, send you down memory lanes, give you the nostalgia. And my first ever fitted driver, stop it, look at the head cover. My first ever fitted driver was a TaylorMade R7 quad. And I remember going down to the Belfry with my dad and getting fitted for it and all the rest. And now we have the TaylorMade R7 quad mini driver. And it even features, as you can imagine, the quad adjustable weights. They've just modernized them a bit. This looks incredible, and the head cover looks absolutely incredible as well. Guys, let's go on the golf course and let's test this and see just if it could. I mean, it's probably going to end up in the bag, isn't it, Bob? Look at that, it looks incredible. Let's go and play some golf with it. I'm absolutely buzzing for this. First little test, is it different inside out? It's gotta be. Because the boot, I can feel something. I nearly broke my finger last time I did this. I caught my finger in it. Are you ready? Do you know why that's the checkered racing thing? I don't. Because, do you remember the R7 TP? Yeah. So the TP crest, it'll be on screen now, yeah, was the racing thing. Yeah. And there'll be so many people who don't know why that is. Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. And you see, the main reasons why I'm so excited to test this R7 driver, it's a little bit to do with the nostalgia. It's a little, even Bob's smiling behind the camera. It's a lot to do with the nostalgia, but it's also to do with the technologies within this club, because with our series heads on, this isn't going to be a cheap club. No new golf clubs are cheap nowadays, but you can see we have that four-way adjustable weight, which we'll play around with. We also have that through slot speed pocket, so that's going to help us keep and maintain ball speed on low face hits, potentially like off this tee, but also potentially thinking about shots off the deck into long par fours, into long par fives, which of course we are going to test again in today's video. And that infinity crown, which I think just looks absolutely gorgeous. I can't believe they actually made an R7 that looks better than the R7, but somehow TaylorMade have managed it. So we've got this in 11.5 degrees. It's available in 11.5 and 13.5. I'm really pleased I've got it in this, because I think this is the loft that I would quite like. Obviously we have that adjustable neck as well, so there's that to think about. But first shot with it, let's see just what kind of club this really is. Straight away, that's a lovely draw up that left hand side, and that was actually, if you look at where I've struck that out of, quite a way out of the toe. That's done really well to hold its line. So this of course features twist face as well, which is not a new technology, but is a technology which TaylorMade have been using for quite some time. And it felt really nice as well. One thing which TaylorMade have done throughout the years of mini drivers is not only have they brought that nostalgia, but they've brought the feel, they've brought the acoustics, they've brought all that good stuff that people want within a club like this. Would it replace your driver? Would it replace your 3-wood? They're the questions you probably need to be asking yourself realistically. Would it replace anything? Would it just be an addition to the bag and you take out something you're maybe not using all that much, like a wedge? That was absolutely gorgeous. That was much more out of the middle, and it sounded and felt absolutely phenomenal. Every time I look down at this, it makes me smile, and it makes Bobby smile behind the camera as well. I think that's something which people potentially will be thinking about. It's like, first of all, can you get your hands on one? Because often these mini drivers have sold out. They've been known to be worth a little bit more than the list price if you can get hold of them. So potentially think about trying to get one quick if you do want one, or the second-hand market might not be your friend. But again, like on screen, if you're looking at all these close-ups, I really think this could be a real good forgiving driver for a lot of golfers out there, especially when we start playing around with the weights and start thinking about where I want those spin levels. That's going to be miles down there, isn't it? And the sound and feel on that as well is incredible. What I like about the different ball flights we've had is if you look at where the weights are set here, we have the two 13-gram weights at the front and two 4-gram weights at the back. So this is in its low spin setting. But what I like about these weights is not only have they brought back that quad nostalgia, but they've also made it actually work. So they haven't just thought, let's make an R7, package up as a mini driver and just send it off. So usually I'd throw the club there, but I'm not throwing this anywhere. They've actually made it work for you. They've strategically put those quad weights in a modern way, in a place where you can make it work. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's keep testing it. Let's test it on some more difficult tee shots. And of course, let's test it down on the fairway to see if potentially this could be the best club of 2025. And it's only April, so there's time. So pretty good results there with the first 3 shots we've hit with this R7. Still can't believe I'm saying with this R7. And I really wish my dad was here to see it, because he would have absolutely, he'd have had one straight away. But there's a couple of things that have surprised me with this release, a couple of things that have, you could say, shocked me with it, because I thought we'd get into a point where realistically with these mini drivers, especially from TaylorMade, we might start to see more of a kind of carbon generation, a carbon face on these clubs. Obviously we don't, we have that titanium face with the twist face. I'm surprised we've got twist face on there as well, because they've actually stopped putting the terminology twist face on the modern day driver faces, because that's kind of just seen as a generic TaylorMade technology now. Also with the through slot speed pocket, I think that is absolute key goods when it comes to these mini drivers. I think without that, you do sometimes get that low face strike that loses ball speed and gets a little bit spinny. And I'm actually surprised we don't see those little kind of, what were they, injected speed foam. Do you remember that when they used to have those dots in? I thought they might put that on as well. But they've done a really good job of making it look like an R7, making it feel like an R7. And even with the shaft, you can see the shaft graphics there, very, very similar to the graphics that we saw back in the day on the R7. So I'm going to sneak back and get some balls. I'm going to get balls. Just how good is it? And is it worth the money? Because one of the things with all this adjustment is, realistically, should you be playing around with it the whole time? Should you go and get fitted at a place like SGGT, get a really good upgraded shaft in there? Here we have a Fujikura Speeder shaft. So this for me is a perfect shaft for it. It launches nicely, it does everything that I want it to do. And we're actually going to do another couple of videos with this. We're going to test it against all the other mini drivers on the market. And spoiler alert, we've got some big news around our studio. So the studio at the moment is, I'll put a picture on screen of how the studio looks at the moment. So we're going to get some numbers a little bit later in the week, but I really want to just bring you my kind of first impression with this club, because the funny thing about a mini driver is you can tee it up, you can tee it down, you can play it off the deck, you can pretty much do what you want with it. But I do think that that Infinity Crown looks absolutely stunning. I'd be absolutely devastated if I lent this to someone and they unmentionabled it. So this isn't going in the hands of mid-handicap Dave. It's going nowhere near our friend Brett Cooper from City Cars, but also it's street cars. Sorry, street cars, isn't it? Right. I feel like this will be in, do you know why it's street cars? You'll get it. I feel like even the little cosmetics on the head, like that Infinity Crown, obviously is designed to look absolutely fantastic. But it's also designed so that TaylorMade can optimize mass within the face, which makes those 4-way and movable weights even more desirable and even more effective is the word I'm looking for. I love this tee shot. I feel like it's the perfect tee shot for this club. Look at that, Bob. Is it me or has that gone miles? I've pulled it a little bit, but that's, I'll tell you what, that's hit that tree. It's hit the tree that's near the green. It is a very good job of it. That's gone, I know it's 11.5 degrees, but that's travelled 20 yards further in the air than what I thought it would. I can't quite believe that, to be brutally honest with you. I do love these clubs. Let's aim a little bit further right and just a nice safe one. Oh, stop it. Stop it. And every time I have this debate with myself, who needs a proper driver? Like realistically, the golf courses we play, unless you're playing kind of black tee tour courses, or even when the tees are back here like in the summer, do you need a club that goes 280, 290, 300 yards? If you had a club that went 260, 270, every time down the fairway, would that be more beneficial? Now, we're going to test it off the deck in a few moments' time, but first of all, I want to see just how kind of versatile it can be. I've teed it down there nicely. Let's see if we can play that little kind of low stingery shot down the fairway, because I do feel like this is a shot you can't really play with a full driver. A 3-wood's too hard because it's a smaller head. Yeah, that is absolutely perfect for what I want it to do. So I can play all those shots, I can play it up, I can play it down, I can even play that little draw. And this is with those weights set forward. I'm going to leave them like that for this video. But guys, stay tuned and hit that subscribe button, because when the studio's ready, we're going to do a big mass comparison with all the mini drivers, and we're going to kind of change these weights around and see if I can optimize it for my game. I do feel like personally that's where I like it, that's where I'd have it, because I can hit those shots you've just seen. Let's try it off the deck and just see potentially if this could replace your 3-wood as well as your driver. Just have one club in the bag, done. Actually, the T-marks come off as well. You know, like on the Titleist clubs where the T-marks don't come off, it actually comes off. I feel like they've hit everything perfect. Like, they've nailed the head cover, they've nailed the shaft, they've nailed the head, and they've nailed bringing that modern day technology with a little bit of a twist into such an old school head. And it's just got vibes, Bobby, hasn't it? Lots of vibes, vibing. So consistency-wise, I'm staggered by this, and I really am blown away by that first shot. The first shot, it's hit that tree there and come back. Now, even when we do normal driver testing, this hole's absolutely fine for it, but that's travelled a very long way. And then these two we hit, which were the nice high shot and, of course, the low stinger shot that we played. The neck and neck, they're very, very similar. We've run out of fairway a little bit, but that's absolutely fine into this hole. So realistically, we're getting the shots we want to get. We're getting that little bit of forgiveness when we do maybe pull one a little bit. And even the trees are kicking it back in. So you've got a bow, haven't you? Right, so we're about 302 yards out, Bob. Do you think that's a lot? Are we asking a lot there? It is downhill and it is downwind. And this is where you might be thinking, not only which mini driver do I want, but what specs do I want? Do I want 11.5 degree? If you're going to change it up for your 3-wood, you'd probably go 13.5 degree. I personally would use it more off the tee, so I'd probably go more 11.5. We've got 3 varying lies as well. We're in the fairway, but some are sat down, some are a bit better. How good is this off the deck? The through slot speed pocket should help, because you're not going to strike it really central. The head size looks good. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? I feel like whenever you hit a club like this off the deck, it's always going to be a little bit cutty. You're always going to maybe open the face up a touch, come across it a bit just to get the ball rising in the air. But that was a really nice low spin shot because of where those weight settings are. I really enjoyed that. Let's go again. We'll try and hit one a bit straighter, but the strike was good. The strike was good. The sole interaction with the turf was good. And that's the one where you kind of get away with that. I've not hit that. That's not a great shot, is it? But I'm really glad I've hit it in this review, because that's where it's low on the face. So that speed pocket's just helped a little bit, just helped get that ball speed and spin rate right. This is the one that's lying the best. So I'm going to really try and get this more airborne, like a normal 3-wood shot. Now, I've tested a lot of mini drivers in my time, and I do feel like, especially off the turf, that could be down there, that, you know. The flag's at the back, so it's like a 280 to the front. This could, and again, don't get me wrong, the burner mini driver was fantastic. The mini driver before that, fantastic. A lot of TaylorMade's mini drivers, I think, whoever's in their mini driver section, because you keep nailing it, you keep smashing it out of the park, and you're giving people a reason to change out from the burner to the R7 because of the nostalgia element, which is what the guys at like Callaway, at PXG, at Titleist, they don't seem to understand that, but the guys at TaylorMade do. Let's go and see where they've finished, and let's see if we have a chance at potentially eagle. Even though we didn't tee off on here, but this is where we'd be, this is where we finish. So from 302 yards out, one of them, which was that low kind of scuttly one, it's got caught up in the rough, it's finished here. But then you can see the other two, which to be honest, are down by the greenside bunker, and I've got a chance, if they started further left on line, they're going to catch the green and they're going to run all the way to the back. And I'm really happy with that, with first of all how I've hit them, but also where they've finished. And you see guys, this is the ideal position to potentially hit one of the shots that I think this driver could be really, really good at. Could be almost kind of game changing for a lot of people with. So I'm going to tee it quite low. And I'm just going to see if I can send a little bit of kind of a stingery, nudgy shot out there, because I know that this driver will perform well for numbers. I've seen it visually, I've seen how far it can go. One of the big tests is probably that versatility, and having those weights really forward. Wow! Like literally, wow! That's pitching out there, and that's not, if that doesn't catch the rough, which it hasn't done, that's not going to stop running. And funnily enough, we've just done some 3-wood testing on this hole with a different branded 3-wood. I'll not say X, it might be under embargo. That tee went down my bag then. But that's a different world, isn't it? That is a different world. And we've just done this off a bit of a whim, like I really fancied this shot off this tee. And I'm really glad we've done it, because all I've got is in my head Aladdin, a whole new world. Is that the right film? Perfect, perfect. Rob, look at this. Look how far up that is compared to those. And they were good 3-woods, weren't they? That is absolutely incredible. I know a 3-wood and a mini driver, like it's a different thing, but if you think about taking a 3-wood out for a mini driver and you would hit a 3-wood off the tee, that how far has it gone? Measure it to the bush on the iron, well, on the Iron Me 2 from here, that golf ball is exactly 50 yards away. So like from there I'm hitting 8-iron, from here I'm probably hitting 4-iron. That could be the difference of like 2 shots. How far do you think? 280 playing 293. 280 though. That's good. Taking that all day. Like from here I've literally got 8-iron in, if that. Look where that flag is as well. 9-iron. A hard 9-iron. Do you reckon that gets there? So with a mini driver off the tee, I haven't even moused this to see how far it is. And I bet that's as good as I can. So it's mini driver 9-iron, flag high. That makes it easier, doesn't it? Because driver could have gone anywhere. This video is very quickly digressing, Bobby, but this is for birdie on a rather difficult hole with a rather difficult flag location. And that's almost as easy as it gets, isn't it? This is a proper real world review, isn't it? That's the first actual golf hole we've played with this driver, and it was on a whim and a spur of a moment, and I'm really glad we did. Guys, if you've enjoyed that video, thank you so much for your time. Smash that subscribe button, because we've got a lot more coming with this once our studio gets renovated, and I can't wait for you to see the upgrades. But apart from that, I very much look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, bright and early. Don't be late. I'll know. Goodbye.